Hello and welcome to this special edition of Heads Up from our Student Hub here at Wycombe High School. This week is Mental Health Awareness Week, an important opportunity to reflect on the importance of looking after mental health and well-being, supporting one another and making sure nobody ever feels alone. Here at Wycombe High, we're incredibly proud of the wide range of support available for our students. From our pastoral teams, tutors and heads of house to counsellors, the Hub and our fantastic peer mentors, we work hard to ensure every student feels supported, listened to and valued. Good mental health is something that's valued throughout the school and in every year group. And to mark Mental Health Awareness Week, some of our Year 7s have created a special video all about the little things that make them happy.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Hi, I'm Sienna.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And this week we're asking Wycombe High students,
What makes you happy?
Shopping with my friends makes me happy.
Watching films at the cinema makes me happy.
Playing the piano makes me happy.
Playing squash makes me happy.
Playing netball makes me happy.
hanging out with my friends makes me happy because I realise how much I've missed them.
Petting dogs make me happy.
Going on the bus makes me happy because I love hanging out with my new friends.
Being with my friends is what makes me happy and spending time with my family.
Hanging out with my friends like Prabna makes me happy.
Spending time with my family makes me happy.
How about you, Hannah?
I think playing sports makes me really happy. How about you, Sienna?
Probably hanging out with my friends.
Good one.
Bye!
Without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Well, joining me now are three of our brilliant Year 12 student peer mentors, Alexandra, Modupe and Zoe. And I suppose I should start by asking you guys, what makes you happy?
Well, for me, I like surrounding myself with positive people. You know, if they have the energy, you can feed off it, and you can, enrich each other's days. It's so much fun.
What makes me happy is my mum, like being around her and obviously speaking to her, she just makes me really happy as a person in general.
Oh, lovely. I hope she watches this. Thank you, Zoe.
I would say my friends. I'm really lucky I have really great friends and yeah, they brighten my day.
Oh, that's very nice. Very nice. I can see why you're all smiling thinking of those things. Now, Alexandra, can you tell us a little bit about what the role of student peer mentor involves here at Wycombe High?
Yeah, of course. So we were trained by some members of the NHS in about October. And our job is to kind of deal with younger students who might have worries about things that they might not want to talk to a teacher about or a counsellor about, but things like exam stress, friendship issues, things like that. If they want to chat to someone but they don't feel like they deserve to talk to a teacher, we're kind of a nice, relaxed starting point for that, and then we can refer them to other people if we feel necessary.
Fantastic. And Modupe, as a peer mentor, I suppose you're quite uniquely placed to tell us a bit more about why Mental Health Week is a really important week.
From my perspective, Mental Health Week is actually really important. It helps demonstrate to students how important it is and how it shows to them no matter whatever the day might be, there's always help out there, and it can just help you out in general.
And that well-being, I guess, is the foundation of everything, isn't it? Of success, really. And Zoe, I always feel really proud when I think of Wycombe High, particularly when I think about the community and how people within the community behave towards each other and sort of that sense of kindness. How important do you think it is for other students in the school to know that there's always someone that they can go and talk to?
Yeah, I mean, I think school can come with a range of challenges for most people, and knowing that there's someone, close to your age that you can talk to can be really helpful if you're nervous to speak to a counsellor or an adult. It is comforting, I think.
Yeah, and there can be those worries, can't there, sometimes when you're sort of opening up and talking to other people. And Alexandra, sometimes when people are worried about speaking up, what would you say to reassure them and, someone who's nervous perhaps of reaching out?
I think it's quite predictable, but just do it. In this community, no one wants you to be feeling worried. Everyone wants everyone else to have a really good time in this school. So I think everyone you're going to talk to will want to help you out with your problem. Yeah. It's never about, oh, my problem's too small, or they'll think I'm stupid. It's as peer mentors, that's kind of our role for the problems that they don't think are important. That's kind of why we're here. So as a peer mentor, I really advocate for just ask for help if you need it, no matter how small the problem is.
And I guess worth remembering as well, probably, particularly when you're talking about discussing things with younger students, you guys have been there.
Exactly.
And those problems have been your problems, I guess, at points in the past, haven't they? So definitely worth remembering. And Modupe, we're really fortunate to have a good structure here at Wycombe High. There's lots of different people in the structure, lots of different wellbeing support in our mental health and wellbeing team, your form tutors, heads of year, all of those sorts of people. From your perspective as a student, how valuable is it to have access to all of those different individuals?
How I see it, I think it's like really valuable. Like it creates like a sense of like safety in the school, and like safety for students, and like more securement, like just to show them like no matter where you go, like there's always like a door open for you, for like someone to like for someone to like listen to you, and like if you're ever struggling, whether it's like educational or like personal needs, there's always like anywhere in the school, there's always someone to help you out there. Yeah, that's what I think.
And Zoe, the school year ebbs and flows, and at the minute it's a particularly stressful time for some of the students in school, particularly those doing their GCSE and their A-level exams. What advice or practical tips would you give to students who might be feeling particularly anxious or stressed during this exam season?
Yeah, I think giving yourself some grace and recognising that it is a really challenging period of your life can help a lot, and also making sure you're prioritising the things that we often like put to the side, like enough sleep, you know, seeing your friends and your family, exercise, stuff like that often in exam season gets pushed to the bottom of the pile, can be really important. And also just recognising that you are more important than your grades, and that there's so much more to you and to life, you know, than your academics. So yeah, I think that's
fantastic advice. I hope our students are listening to that. It's really important things to prioritise there. And social media too, Alexandra, can be a bit of a trigger sometimes for young people's mental health and well-being. Do you think that adds sort of an additional pressure, and do you think it's important for young people to take time away from screens and from social media?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, off the back of what Zoe is saying, I mean, if you're taking a break from revision, especially in exam periods at the minute, don't just go on your phone. Your brain will switch off and you won't be able to start revising again. You want to go on a walk, you want to bake something, you know, do something to keep your brain active, but not something that will stress you out. And then you can go back to revising, go back to studying, doing your homework, whatever you want to be doing. And being on social media also is such a big source of negativity sometimes, you know, big news stories and everything. So you want to just take a break and have your own thoughts to yourself for a little bit without being blasted with everyone else's opinions.
Fantastic, thank you. And Modupe, Mental Health Awareness Week is also about, you know, supporting those around us as well as thinking about our own mental health and well-being. What are some simple ways that students could look out for one another and support one another during this week and beyond?
I feel like a simple way is like just listening to your friends. Like anytime you see a friend in need and they're like struggling with something and like they really need someone to speak to, like just being there to listen, not talking over them, like just listening, you know, like demonstrate, like giving them some of like your own advice to them, like can like really help. And like both of you guys can like, you guys can like develop together and like find a way to like combat the problems you're struggling with no matter what. So it helps like develop like a deep connection between friends, and like it makes a more like positive like atmosphere and environment for the school overall.
Yeah, so important, isn't it? And Zoe, finally, if there's one message that you'd like students watching this special edition of Heads Up to take away, what would it be?
I think just to know that there's always someone to talk to, whether it be in school or support systems outside of school. You are not alone, and yeah, there'll always be someone to support you.
Well, that has definitely come through loud and clear, and I'd like to just thank you ever so much for the work that you do as our peer mentors, and of course all of the other peer mentors in the team as well. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and for the incredibly important work that our mental health and wellbeing team more widely do here at Wycombe High School. Mental Health Awareness Week is a reminder to all of us that looking after our mental health is just as important as looking after our physical health. And remember, if you're ever struggling, feeling anxious, or simply need someone to talk to, there is always support available here at school. You can speak to your tutor, your head of house, our pastoral team, counsellors, staff in the hub, or one of our trained student peer mentors. And that's all from this special edition of Heads Up. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.